listed as at least a co-starter for the opener.
I think Freddie, as well as the entire receiving core, but the three guys who are starting, they really worked their tails off from the moment they stepped onto campus. Freddie and Cam speaking, and then obviously the freshmen also. So to earn that position is obviously, it's a highly coveted position all across the board, and I think all the guys have done a great job. And I think that Freddie deserves the position.
What does the healthy Alizé Mack bring to your offense? I know he wasn't throughout camp, but appears to be now.
Yeah, he's a dynamic weapon for me and the rest of the offense, and we hope to exploit him and use him in any fashion that we can. He's a great playmaker for us, and I think 86 will be huge in my development, and getting him the ball will be pretty easy.
Brandon, your teammates keep talking about your demeanor and how calm you are and your aura, I guess, and I think Mike McGlinchey called you the coolest kid he knows. How do you stay so calm and, what are you doing maybe off the field to kind of keep your cool?
Yeah. I think it's easy when you have guys like Mike, the seasoned veterans. Mike's in it feels like he's doing this for his 10th year now, but those guys really make it easy, and up front they've given me so much time in the pocket and so much comfort, and I guess I just have the playmakers and the running backs and the receivers. Everybody makes it really easy, and for a quarterback, that's huge, especially in your first year starting and going out there to play. So I think that makes it easy on me, and I'm able to relax, and those guys, they may answer questions that I have, and I'm able to answer questions that they have, and it just keeps my mind really composed. And I think I just have a great supporting cast around me to, keep my head kind of on the same plane.
Is there one person that you were kind of found yourself going to a lot for when you do have questions?
Coach Reese has been awesome for me and the rest of the quarterbacks. He's been great, and he's given us all the answers if we do have questions. He's been behind our backs. He's gotten our backs throughout the whole spring through fall camp. Because he just went through it like 4 years ago, so he knows what goes on in the quarterback room.
And as far as also, again, just like keeping calm and stuff and relaxing, is there anything that you do just kind of off the field, like away from football, to kind of keep your mind at ease?
I like to draw a lot. Yeah.
What do you draw?
I draw anything that comes to mind.
What did you draw most recently?
I couldn't even tell you what it was. It's just an accumulation, a conjunction of different random things. It was like a police officer, and then a lady stealing from a safe. There was like flowers in the background. It was weird, but it was cool.
Is that something that you do just like when you get home from practice? Or?
Yeah, whenever I have free time.
Okay.
I don't have much of it, but before I go to sleep, I either draw or read something.
Did you take like an art class when you were little?
I'm a studio art minor right now.
Oh, okay.
Brandon, how do you approach Saturday and everything that you're going to experience for the first time and not make it too big and just say, you know what, it's still football?
It's a whole new experience for me, especially as a starting quarterback. I approached it kind of differently for the first 2 years that I was here, being behind those guys, but I think I'm trying to build a routine, a pregame routine or a pre-week routine. This is my first week going through it as a starter. I told Josh and Dexter the other day, I was like, hey man, I feel like a rookie, and you guys to me are seasoned veterans right now because you've done this, and I'm just trying to prepare and be on the same level as those guys and hopefully perform to the level of expectation that the rest of the offense and the team needs from me.
What are you most interested in experiencing once you get to game day on a Saturday?
Singing the alma mater and the fight song at the end of it, knowing that we came out with a W, and just feeling the joy of a winning team and being the starting quarterback of that team.
When you're the starting quarterback, life kind of changes for you. How maybe did you work with Deshaun or look to see how Deshaun handled it, because it'll be different for you after Saturday?
Yeah, it'll be different, but I don't think much will change on my part. I think a lot of the surrounding entities will change, but I think Deshaun and And when Malik had his opportunity, I think they both handled it with grace, and that's what I look forward to doing. So, yeah.
Just since the start of classes, how has
Yeah.
life been different for you on campus?
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine people kind of looking, and I think that'll increase, especially after Saturday, just to see my face on the Jumbotron. Now, that'll bring more attention. But like I said, I think everything's going to stay the same for me, and I hope to handle it all with grace, because I know things will definitely change on campus.
One that incredibly quick start. It was the fastest offensive score in a Notre Dame opener since at least 1963. After the kick return started them at their own 30-yard line, Brandon Wimbush hit Equanimeous St. Brown for a 33-yard pickup. Next play, Josh Adams ran 37 yards untouched behind the stacked left side of Notre Dame's offensive line. It was 7-0 after 33 seconds, and the Irish piled on through most of the first half. 4 of their first 5 drives resulted in a touchdown as Adams racked up 130 yards, marking his 9th career 100-yard game by halftime. Chip Long's offense was efficient, with mixed chunk plays and short, timing passes that helped Wimbush restart after the offense picked up 12 yards on its second drive. The Irish's 422 rushing yards were the most in a season opener since at least 1999. The entire stable of backs got it done. Adams led the way with 161 yards, while Dexter Williams added 124 and Tony Jones Jr. added another 19 too. Brandon Wimbush did it both ways, and got help. The quarterback's first start was a bit of a tune-up for next week, when Notre Dame hosts Georgia. He used it as well as he could have. Wimbush made plays with his legs in the open field, 106 yards, 1 TD rushing, threw a bomb off his back foot to St. Brown early that set up a touchdown, and checked down to tight ends when he needed to. Head coach Brian Kelly said this year's receiving corps would do it by committee. After 8 players caught at least 1 pass and a trio caught at least 3, that assessment seems fair. Mistakes were rare for Wimbush, but his interception in the third quarter is not to be overlooked. He was confident in delivering a 25-yard pass, but it floated on him and Temple returned it inside the 20-yard line. The defense had his back, though, and didn't give up any points despite the tough field position. The good news for Notre Dame? He bounced back. Kelly wanted to see that. He's made some mistakes in camp, but he can put them behind him and move to the next play, Kelly said. Recenelti.
Welcome to the Indy Star Sports Day
in the first couple of weeks, and I'm okay with that. Temple didn't record a sack until the fourth quarter, when it quickly recorded 2. The offensive line looked solid up to that point, and Wimbush showed an ability to evade tacklers with speed and shrug them with strength. 3. The defense proved opportunistic. There were definite flaws in the Notre Dame defense. It gave up big plays and struggled to slow down Temple running back Raquel Armstead, who would have received more carries if the score wasn't so lopsided from the beginning. The secondary, multiple times, left receivers uncovered who simply missed receptions. One that stood out was in the first quarter, one play after Julian Okwara tallied the game's first sack. A receiver dropped a pass in the red zone that killed Temple's momentum. But there were bright spots, too. The Irish racked up 11 tackles for loss, 3 sacks and a forced fumble in the fourth quarter that set the offense up at the Temple 9-yard line. Dalen Hayes was again active in the backfield, with a sack and 4 total tackles. One of the biggest plays of the game was by T. Yvonne Coney, who caused a loss of 10 yards with a sack to force a Temple field goal. It went wide and erased Wimbush's interception.